I'll do a little video here on a breakthrough agitator advantage over the Z that comes stock in all the Lesco push spreaders and was a stock item in all Permagreen models 2016 or older. All the new Permagreen Triumphs they have coming out, and then the 2018s going forward, we're all going to have the breakthrough agitator because it works so much better. I've been doing lawn care for 25 years. I've been dealing with this Z for so many of those 25 years of clogs and holes clogging up, and it's a headache. It's, you know, it's something that people have just come to, like, okay, I got to deal with it every day. Well, you know, you don't have to deal with it anymore. The breakthrough agitator really does make a huge difference. It's night and day, that agitator compared to this agitator. Breakthrough agitator, what it does is it will provide you with instant flow. When you open up that hopper and you start to move, those tines jam that material down through the holes. Also, what happens is the breakthrough agitator will actually move material around inside the holes constantly, and that material moving around inside the holes, what it does is it actually helps keep the holes clean of dust buildup. Because the Z agitator, what would happen is it would just sit in there above the holes, and what happened is the material, you know, it works. I mean, the Z works in the beginning, and then once the material starts flowing in there, in those holes, it starts building up around the edge of the holes, and then those holes keep getting more and more and more clogged, and before you know it, it can be completely clogged. Or even if there's a little chunk that gets in there, this Z agitator, because it sits above the holes, it doesn't do anything for you for cleaning out the holes. Then you have to get a stick and jam it in there, or you have to empty the hole spreader out, clean out all the material, clean out the holes, dump the material back in there. You know, I've been doing this 25 years, and I've had it sometimes where I've emptied the hole spreader out. I mean, 3 bags. It's 150 pounds of material. You get a 5-gallon bucket scooping the material out of the hopper. Put the material back in there, do a few passes, and get a clog again. I missed that one chunk that slipped through the screen again, and it was so annoying. This one, this breakthrough agitator, you're not going to deal with that. And if you have employees and you're sending them out on the field, and you give them a route to do, and they're using a Permagreen, an older Permagreen model without a breakthrough agitator, and they still have the Z, or they're using a Lesco push spreaders, and they get a clog, or the holes start to clog up, you know, using certain different kinds of materials, it clogs up pretty, you know, those holes will clog up pretty quick using a Z. And they'll just keep on going. So what happens if they keep on going? The applications on the properties they're doing aren't done properly. So your material flow, your calibration is going to be off, especially like if you're at the edge of a lawn starting off, and you go to take off, or you start to move, and you got the Z in there, and say it's a little, you know, humid out, or the different materials you're running a little cakey, and you go to move, that material doesn't come out right away. Then you're jamming the hole, or you're shaking the spreader, or, you know, sometimes you're going along and the spreader starts to slow. What's going on? You shake the hopper again to get the material to flow. Well, with the breakthrough agitator, you're not going to deal with that anymore. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but I tell you what, 95% better than this thing, the Z, and it's going to save you a lot of time. And I even leave the materials in the machine every single night in the truck, and I have no problem the next day. I go to open up the spreader, and it comes right out. I even left some material the other day, Electus, in the machine. It's on an outside trailer with just a cover on top, you know, cover over the top of the trailer. Sat in there for 5 days, and it was humid and hot. Went in the next morning there, 5 days later, came right out. First, opened it up, and that was in the Permagreen Triumph. And, you know, installing the breakthrough agitator is a very simple thing. You know, I mean, you get the package, they come in these packages here, and, you know, that agitator was in this package. So what you do is, when you put it in, you just got to make sure that that longer arm goes to the edge of the hole, and it goes to the edge of the other hole. Don't focus on the shorter arms, because they don't come to the edge of the hole. The main focus when you install it, because that's got to be exactly, when you tighten that set screw, you want to make sure it's exactly right between the edge of the hole and the edge of the hole. And that will give you it will sit in there, and it will stay. Once you tighten up that set screw, that's not going to come loose. So I hope this video is going to help some people, and it's going to take out, you know, the aggravation of your day. If you're still got a Z in your spreader, or a Lesco push spreader, or if you got a, you know, in one of the older Permagreens, or even if you're going to do like grass seed or salt, or, I mean, I've run everything you can through the push spreaders, Lesco push spreaders, and the Permagreen Magnum, Permagreen Triumphs, and I have no issues at all. I mean, there's no, the headache is gone. I mean, the headache that plagued me for 20-something years being in the lawn care business of getting those holes clogging up or a piece of material getting there, it's gone. It's so enjoyable. And the other thing too is people have to realize the agitator in your spreader is a very important thing. If your material isn't flowing properly, your calibrations are going to be off. I mean, you can be very precise on your calibration now because you know that the material is always going to flow at the same rate. So I hope, like I said, I hope this video helps some people out, and everybody who does get a breakthrough agitator enjoys them, and the headache-free spreading they have going forward. I really appreciate the video, and if you have any questions, comments, I'll be sure to answer them in the comment section. Thank you.